It Gets Real with Karina. Each week, Karina will discuss serious topics and is not shy to tell you how it is. On her show, she covers day-to-day situations and provides her opinion along with feedback from her listeners.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to It Gets Real with Karina. This is episode 3 of our From Drained to Delivered series, and today we're diving into something that hits just as hard as any romantic heartbreak, and that is friendship breakups. I know a lot of us have experienced it, and if you haven't experienced it, then you might experience it in the future. So you need to listen so you can know how to handle it. Let's be honest. Nobody talks enough about the grief that comes when you realize a friend you loved, trusted, and maybe even grew up with just isn't good for your peace anymore. Sometimes the most draining relationship in your life isn't with a partner. It's with that friend you keep giving chance after chance. That friend who says the right things, but their actions are off. That friend who claps when you're struggling, but goes silent when you shine. Today, we're going to ask the hard question. Is this really a friend, or have they become a foe? Let's get into it. You ever get off the phone with someone and feel like your whole spirit is tired? They didn't yell, they didn't insult you, but somehow the conversation drained you. That's not love. That's emotional residue. A draining friendship is often something a lot of people really don't talk about. It's not always toxic in the obvious sense. Sometimes it's just heavy, one-sided, unnourishing. And the wild part, these are the people we defend to the end. We say things like, but we've been friends since high school. That's my girl. She's just going through something. She's been there for me. Kinda. But let me say this. The length of time does not equal depth of connection. Just because someone's been around doesn't mean they still align. So why do we hold on so tightly? Let's call it out. Number 1, guilt. You feel bad for pulling back, like you're abandoning them. 2, loyalty. Especially in communities of color, we equate loyalty with tolerating mistreatment. 3, you fear of being alone. You tell yourself, well, at least I have somebody. Number 4, denial. You make excuses for behavior that's been hurting you for years. But here's the truth. You are not obligated to keep carrying what's been breaking you. Just because someone needed you once doesn't mean they deserve you forever. Let me tell you something personal. I had a friend I loved like family. I mean, family. She knew my secrets, my struggles, my prayers. But over time, I started to notice things. I was always the listener, the fixer. When I was winning, she got quiet. When I was low, she showed up, but with a little bit of pity, a little bit of sobriety. It wasn't that she was evil, but I had outgrown the version of me that stayed silent. That settled. That carried the weight of our friendship. When I finally pulled back, I felt guilty. But honestly, y'all, I also felt free. And that freedom told me everything I needed to know. Let's be real. These are some signs the friendship might not be what it seems. You feel emotionally lighter when they're not around. They constantly make jabs masked as jokes. They celebrate you when it's convenient, but they disappear when you really need support. They only reach out when they need something. They're always busy when it comes to showing you the same effort that you show them. And one of the biggest red flags, you feel like you can't be your full self around them. Listen, the people you keep close should be safe enough for you to be real, not just your silence. I can be completely honest. The friendship that I had like 2 years ago, I really couldn't be myself. I really felt like I was holding a certain part of me back because I didn't want her to react in a particular way, I guess. And I also felt like when I would come and bring my excitement to her about certain things in my life, it was really downplayed. But I was always the listening ear for her when the excitement came on her end. So I just had to take a break. I had to finally call it out for what it was. And I was not receiving the greatness and the glory that I so desperately needed because I always give the same. It was a one-sided friendship. I had to end it. And you may be realizing that someone you love is no longer good for your journey. And that truth hurts. But let me coach you through it. You are not cold or disloyal for creating space. You are wise. You don't have to demonize someone to decide they're not aligned. Some people were meant for your healing season, not your thriving season. I want you to release with grace. You can love people and still leave the relationship. I told my friend I will always love her, but I had to go. If you need a script to write to a close friend that you need to detach from, here it is. You can say, hey, I'm grateful for the memories we made and the times we shared, but I'm evolving and I need space to grow. I'll always wish you well, but I have to protect my peace. That's it. You don't need permission to heal. Some people are not ready to go on the same exact journey that you're on, and that's okay. But let's stop normalizing struggle friendships. You deserve friends who ask how you're really doing, support your boundaries, celebrate your growth, hold space for hard conversations without manipulation, cheer for you in rooms you're not even in. Real friends make you feel safe. They sharpen you. They water your soul. And if you never experienced that, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It means the version of you who attracts those friends is still becoming. I want you to know that you are beautiful, you are great, and you are intelligent. Never allow anyone to tell you less. Some people will continue to put you down and not celebrate your wins because they're not on the level that they desire to be on. But even if I'm not on the level that my friend is currently on, I'm still supporting her. I'm still rooting for her. I'm still saying, girl, you got this. You got this. You have to be happy in the season that you're in until you can get into another season that you truly desire. Root for your friends even when you're not on the level as them. Use their growth as encouragement and knowing that your blessing is in the neighborhood. It is next. So here's what I want to leave with you. Some people love the version of you that tolerated dysfunction. And now that you're healing, they don't recognize you anymore. My friend used to be like, oh, you changed. You don't act the same. You're mean. Only because I decided to set boundaries. And I was okay with being the mean girl. I was okay with being not the same as before because I don't want to stay the same. I want to grow. I want to elevate. When you see me, I want you to see me in a new light, a better light. I want you to see me shining, excited, blessed, and ready for the next level. I don't want you to see me as the same stuck, unhappy, depressed girl that I was back then. We're supposed to grow each and every day in each and every way. And I wish the same for you. But some people will remain stuck. And if they don't want to grow with you, you have to leave them right where they are. I just don't want you to stay in a place that I know you don't belong because you are afraid of releasing the strongholds that you call friends. You don't have to keep shrinking to fit in places you've outgrown. Your piece is not up for negotiation. Your journal prop for this week will be, what relationship in my life feels one-sided or draining? And what would I say if I allowed myself to be honest? Your affirmation, I am not afraid to release what no longer serves my purpose. I am worthy of friendships that reflect my growth, not resist it. All right, guys, we are going to be heading into our 4th episode next Monday to finish out this series. We actually got 2 more episodes of this series. But the next one will be, I Thought It Was Love, recognizing the difference between real love and emotional exhaustion. You can love someone deeply and still be deeply drained. In that episode, we're talking about romantic relationships that leave you depleted, second guessing yourself and losing your voice. Let's talk about what love isn't and how to protect your heart moving forward. I just appreciate each and every one of you who tune into my podcast episodes each and every week, and also to the ones who are sharing the podcast out and not being selfish and leaving it to yourself, but allowing other people to gain this knowledge, to gain this emotional support, to gain this information, to gain all of the greatness that comes with this podcast. And I am excited to continue to put out greatness, motivation, ministry to you guys, to keep you going and to keep you elevating. I just want to say thank you so much for being here with me in this space. Friendship breakups hurt, but they also heal. They create space for divine connections, the kind that honor who you're becoming. So I just want you to dig deep into who you are and don't allow someone who is staying stagnant to stunt your growth. Because if they are real friends, they'll understand that you're growing and you're trying to get to a different level and you don't want to stay the same. And they will be there to support you and you will be there to support them. So hopefully in this next season, we only connect with the people who are truly there for us. And we make sure we stop attaching ourselves to the people who are not. Okay, I hope y'all have a fantastic week. And as always, it gets real, but it gets better. Talk to y'all next Monday.